Hello and welcome. We're looking for homes around the country, and this week it is Idaho. And it kind of broke me at first because I didn't understand there was a lot of homes, $1.5 to $2 million. Dollars. I just couldn't understand it. It turns out since 2010, Idaho has grown 16%. Now, granted, it's only about 1.8 million people total, but there's a big influx of people, and that must be driving up the prices. So, here we go. Here's some houses. So if you just want land, here you go. You can get 480 acres in Idaho, which is in the southern part of it. So just pretty close to Nevada. So this land is, don't expect a big fancy house, but the land is pretty and is interesting and diverse. This is one of the properties. A little rock kind of hut is a property. They don't go into explaining any of it, but then some of the canyons are just gorgeous. So if that is indeed your land, it's pretty cool. They say it has an airfield, a grass airfield, but a grass airfield is only good if you mow it. Next up, so this one is the weird part about Idaho and the southern part of it. There's just like these kind of barren areas because this looks almost like a Photoshop. But here we go. This it's just like a house, and the land will be like scrub ground, and they'll irrigate gate around the house, but everything will be just kind of barren. And some of these shots just look photoshopped. I mean, the house and everything, and it's just kind of weird. The inside is nice. It's a modern, house, and you got your light gray everything, which is a modern look. But it's just the odd part is this. Just so you got a view of that. But so this is the house. It's on the edge of like this little cliff that goes down to a creek. It's just the oddest thing. And it's like, imagine playing kickball and you lose your ball down the cliff. So you ain't getting that back. So southern Idaho has so many houses like that. It was just a weird state. I could not understand why people are paying so much. This one, I just merely got it because it is literally at the foot of a little mini ski lodge. I mean, it's probably big for Idaho, but it's nothing compared to like Colorado. But if you like skiing, it's right there at the foot of the hill. So you have that action going on. There's nothing special about the house itself. It's just the location, location, location. So, just 1,700 square feet. This house I really liked, and it was located on this big kind of river that goes to a lake. So you have plenty of water. So this had river access, and it's just the views were nice going out of so many windows of this house, of the lake, and many different views. And it's got a little dock and some nice areas to walk down to. But it was just a pleasant little area, and just having the lake access was pretty cool. Moving on. This one is located on the southwestern part, and again, you kind of run into some of the scrubland. Very clean. Here's a kitchen. Not too big. A little cramped on design, but that's okay. It does have, the primary part is the indoor pool. So, which it is up north, so I don't know why more homes didn't have this. So, anyway, there you go. But I do like the kind of one floor kind of deal, so you're not having to get up and down stairs a whole bunch. So we start getting a little bit more interesting. This one was located way up north near, good grief, Idaho, which just made me laugh. But it can be really close to Canada. But this was just such a nice, pleasant land and setup. And they keep mentioning the Moye River several times. It's got 21 acres, and the Moye River. But I mean, this is the reality of living that far north. I like that they included a shot of that. This will be a reality a couple months out of the year. So but a nice rustic view of things and pleasant. I just also want to know, does the Moye River ever flood? Because it's right there. But it was just a nice, peaceful. You're just getting this to have 21 acres to get away from everything. And you have your little, outside barn and everything. So, and these are kind of the exception. That's why Idaho also confused me, because I would think that for the price of these houses, there'd be so many places with so many acres, but it just wasn't the case. This one was nice because you have 20 acres and it backs up into like Stimson lumber, limited hunting, recreational, or horse trails out your back door. So that's pretty cool. And it's kind of located in the middle point of Idaho. And so another rustic has a hot tub. Hello, kitten. My cat just came down here. So like all of these, you just never feel like they're that fancy of houses for $2 million houses. And that's the weird thing about Idaho. But the cool part about this one was it's got a chapel. So you could have events there and have weddings on site. That was kind of one of their selling points. Had a 60 by 40 shop, and just a beautiful view. So a lot of these we start getting to just are places to get away from it all. Next up, so this one backed up to so it has 46.57 acres and it backs up to U.S. Forest Service land. So you're just surrounded by all these wonderful forests. It just had like all these buildings. Yeah, so like look at that. Everything around you is just nice and private. So, but again, the house itself is, they all lean towards the rustic side and not as fancy, but you're just getting it for the land. And it had a lot of like little side barns, and it was nice. Only 1,912 square feet. Moving on. So this one is located over here, and it also backs up to some U.S. Forestry Service land. But it had, I liked the house inside a little bit. It looked like they may have remodeled it or kind of recently. I mean, it's simple compared to some other homes in this price range around the country, but it had some nice barns in it, a Quonset hut, and the land was, just very picturesque with all the evergreens. They just look nice year round. So anyway, last but not least is this one. So this was kind of my favorite of Idaho, is that it was also connected to this river which runs into the bigger lake. So you have access to that, and it was just like I could see myself at this house. It only quote had 12 acres, but just as you can tell, the area around it's just very rustic, but this had like its own little compound of things, including like a 4,000 square foot woodworking area, which was just amazing. It had this little barn just for a RV, and nice, beautiful views that you could walk out to that and see a lovely mountain and nice river. It had a covered area, which I appreciate, both for the sun and then for the snow and everything. So it's not it'd be cold in the 4 seasons, but doable. This was the woodworking area, which just looks amazing. So I could just see spending a lot of time doing that, and you got your you're building your canoe prep, and just wonderful. The house itself is pretty. It's not going to get an architectural digest, but I like it. It was nice and warm and cozy, and just a wonderful view. So all around, that was kind of the winter of Idaho. See, here's a little area for your Airstream. So it was just a good deal. and fun. So that's the best I could come up with. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, and have a wonderful day or night. Take care, and